Is Aida's Jam. Hi, everyone.
Hi, it's us. I'm Darcy. I use they pronouns. I'm one of the co-founders here at Euphoria. I'm a white, non-binary, femme-presenting person with long brown hair and big green glasses. And this math whiz over here.
I don't know what math was you're pointing to, but just in case, I'm the other non-math whiz person. My name is Aida. My pronouns are she and her. I'm a Latinx woman of color. I have tan skin, dark eyes, dark wavy hair, and I am wearing a navy blue top with frilly sleeves.
It's really pretty. You look real fancy
That's very
today.
cute.
It's
I
amazing.
just came from a thing today.
Our thing, capital
We,
T.
did more cultural, folkloric
Oh,
things,
snazzy.
and I'm going to probably use my D&D TTRPG miniature painting skills to actually refurnish and paint some of our costumes because we're going to
Amazing.
need acrylic paint for that. So I'm like,
See, this is
actually,
the
I
thing.
have all the colors of the rainbow. I have all these brushes. Gimme.
Put TTRPG things on your CV because they are transferable skills. They come in handy all the time. You can tell them I sent you.
But
That's what
Ida,
we're here for today,
how
right?
is it? How is it you know about these things? Have you heard of a thing called Warhammer? Have you heard of a thing called?
Listen, I found out today my world has been rocked. Shout out to Magpie. I found out today there are mechs in Warhammer. It's over for you bitches. I'm a Warhammer girly now. It's over
Yeah.
for me. My money, my time, gone.
Welcome. Welcome. And in case you're wondering, who are these people? Why are they talking? We're here because we are the co founders, as Darcy mentioned, of a wonderful community called Euphoria. We are here to uplift the beautiful, talented, amazing, diverse TTRPG community that is primarily based in Europe. I feel there's a lot of defaultism to North America, to the US, especially when something is English speaking. There's a lot of defaultism to people who are white, who are cisgender, who are straight, who are mostly male or male presenting. And we're here to tell you that's not the case. It's pretty cool over here. We care a lot about the greater European community, our Euphoria community, and a big part of that community is also recognizing the talents and contributions that our wonderful friends who are disabled bring to
Hmm.
the TTRPG table. And that's what we're
Yeah.
here to talk about today.
Yeah, it's Disability Pride Month in July. Something that I don't think I had heard about until maybe this year or last year. Um, as we know, gay pride is followed by gay wrath, but also disability pride. And it's a chance for people who have disabilities or chronic illnesses. Sometimes people who are neurodivergent fall into this camp. It's very self identifying based. And it's all about being proud of who you are, not despite of disability, but because of that part of who you are and how it makes you different and special and unique. And in a lot of cases, braver than a lot of people and stronger than a lot of people because you're dealing with stuff that other people would probably not manage. Full disclosure, neither myself nor Ida identify as disabled. So this is not us bigging ourselves up. This is us using our platform and our privilege to try and uplift and platform to people who are disabled. If you've seen one of these streams before, basically Ida and I get progressively drunker some of the time. I don't actually have a drink tonight. Maybe I
No,
should have. But we just sit and we chat and we talk about TTRPGs because that's what we love. That's what the core of what we do is. And we highlight some EU creatives because they don't always get the platform that they should. They don't get the spotlight. They don't get the traffic. We're hoping that when we show you these cool games, you're going to go out and buy them. You're going to go and support these creators. Last month we did Pride. We did some queer creators. This month, all the creators we're going to be talking about are disabled in some way. And I point out again, this is a self-identifier. We are not making any assumptions. We are not outing anybody. All these people have either reached out to us or clarified with us that they do fit under this umbrella. And that was really important to us when putting this list together.
yep. Um, these are, of course, not the full extent of everyone in Europe. Our list
Yeah.
is very small and is limited to our own reach, which we are
Mm.
working to grow so that future iterations can be more diverse, can be more interesting. We are
Mm.
limited by those scopes. We are limited by language scopes as well. We recognize we are both English speakers, and that
Mm.
is unfortunately, or whatever the case may be, there's also a bias.
Mm.
We would love to get more insight into the German speaking, French speaking, Dutch speaking, Italian speaking, Portuguese speaking communities. And they speak English too. So there is means to eventually start crossing over. But for now, our list is primarily UK based because of that English language.
Mhm.
We recognize that is a downfall that we currently have. Aida recognizes Aida is like pushing buttons and
Mhm.
voicing the feelings about this, but we have to start somewhere. So, like as Darcy and our very dear friend Michelle also said, because it paints an example for someone else to be looking at this and say, "Hey, maybe I can fit in there next time too." And that is absolutely the message I want to take away.
Mhm.
I want you to take away from this as well. And I think what's really interesting about doing disabled creatives reminds me a bit about it's been a couple of years ago
Mm.
when the battle wheelchair came
Yeah,
out
yeah, yeah.
digitally for Wizards of the
Mhm.
Coast and D&D 5e, and the rage
Mhm.
that I
It was
was so
delicious.
annoyed about.
Mm.
Um, I remember a discussion. I don't remember whether it was on the podcast Mastering Dungeons or the podcast Three Black Halflings, where they also talked about bringing bringing disabilities into the game
Mm.
and treating them as parts of your identity, not
Mhm.
things to just be magicked away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where simply quote unquote simply magicking them away was actually
Mhm.
very harmful. The people representing themselves explained it was a form of erasure. It
Mm.
removed a lot of nuance. Um, People don't self-ascended from from this podcast that I remember, they don't always want to be recognized as heroic or
Mm.
special. Uh, but it's also fair to recognize that they have challenges, and sometimes these challenges make them less perceived, less represented, less included at
Mm.
those tables. Whether or not anything they create has to do with that disability, or if that disability takes its front and center spotlight and
Mhm.
doesn't preclude them from doing all the fantastical, joyous, playful things that TTRPG brings.
Yeah. 100%. Really eloquently, beautifully put. What I will say is, if you want to hear actual disabled people talking about those experiences, their experiences at the table, as writers, as designers, as players, as GMs, you should come back to this very channel on the 30th of this month, at the very end of Disability Pride Month, and you will be able to hear Kieran, Angel, Penny, Luyou, and Miranda.
Yes.
We put together, Michelle put it together. This was entirely Michelle's project. Shout out Michelle, our incredible showrunner, who's feeling unwell at the moment. Please feel better, Michelle. We love you. Brought these people together for a panel. We were able to get four of them in the same room at one time, and we had to record Luyou separate, but we still got to pick her brain and hear all the wonderful things she had to say. I got to sit and record that. I was the producer for that, and I was gobsmacked by the amount of stuff that I learned. Like, it was incredibly educational for me as a currently able-bodied person. A little bit uncomfortable at times to sort of confront the assumptions and biases that we are fed and that are just ingrained in ableist society. But ultimately very educational, and was able to bring a lot of things out of it to bring into not just my TTRPG life, but my everyday life as well.
Mhm.
So really, really cannot recommend that you go and tune into that enough. Or if you can't be there on the day, go and catch the VOD. It will change the way you see NPCs and heroism and accessibility. Just baked in accessibility to TTRPGs. It's a whole thing that a lot of people gloss over. It's incredibly important. So yeah, go and check that out. Listen to what those people have to say. Go and support those people. And really importantly, go and support these people we're about to shout out as well. Go and pick up one of these games, follow them on the social medias. If you can't afford to pick up one of the games, retweet them. Like, put them in front of the eyes of somebody who can. It's Disability Pride Month. It's the law. You have to. I just made it up right now.
I love it. Absolutely. All those things times two. I'm gonna go back in time and just replay them so I can like maybe get
Mm.
alcohol. But no, actually, they're in a good, sober, happy mood as well. Uh, I'm glad that those discussions and these are happening in
Mm.
TTRPG world in general. And I did originally hear it from people who are based in the US.
Yes.
So I think it's just as important to focus that this discussion is being had here in Europe.
Yeah.
It's also being had by people who identify as women, non-binary, queer, people of color.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um,
All those
they
things
exist.
represented at that table.
They exist here in Europe.
They do.
Wow.
My God. And
Wow.
also, I just have to go back and backtrack. I said Michelle put that show together. That wasn't entirely true. It was Kieran who pitched it to us.
Mm-hmm.
Kieran pitched us with the most thorough and well thought out and excellent pitch for this. So I have to give them their kudos as well. And did a phenomenal job in moderating, bringing everybody together and having just a phenomenal conversation. I would be entirely remiss if I didn't mention that. So amazing. Go and support Kieran as well.
Yeah. Okay. So I think in previous streams we usually shared our screen with sort of things. Here
Mm,
we have a bit of a more relaxed list that doesn't show as many,
casual.
doesn't have as many assets and individual games rather than the creatives. So it's just going to be this screen as well. Uh, we will be posting the links to each of these people we
Mhm,
shout out in the description below for the VOD on social media as well.
mhm.
So you indeed have the capacity to go learn more about those amazing people.
Yeah. Sorry, you
So,
have to just look at our faces the whole time. Sorry.
mm, woo.
Somebody clip that.
I'll make gifts later.
Incredible.
All right, because you're so cute. Why don't you start? We have the list,
Okay.
a little list open.
Can I just take my pick of the list? That feels just like Christmas. So we've already let's do the two panelists first. Let's talk about Penny and Angel. I will
I forgot to
oh,
mention.
oh
There's one more thing we need to mention
what?
as well. That we are also here very much
Oh,
putting this show, the stream, and everything else does take a lot of effort, and we are really pleased that we do have some friends in the community that support us also in a financial matter. So
mm,
we have the time to take out of our lives to do this and do this with proper care. And the friend we want to shout out is indeed Faye Earth, and specifically their upcoming supported game where you no sorry party game sorry they're what's the beautiful word there's just
so
so
bestiary.
they're check out Fey Earth's bestiary of fey creatures that are inspired by researched European lore that you can bring to your current 5e games. So when you think about Tarrasques, for example, did you know that they are based in from a specific legend in France? When
No.
we think about kobolds, do you know about the Germanic, Northern, or European origins of kobolds? Or are you thinking about the little garbage lizards that Wizards of the Coast feeds us? Right? We have all these sort of fantastical fake creatures, fairies, gnomes, etc. But they do have a basis in research European lore. And Fey Earth has done a wonderful job in putting all of this together in a ready to go bestiary with stat blocks that are ready to drop into any 5e game that you may be running. So we're going to put links below. Please check them out. They've been very kind in helping us create this sort of content, and I think it's a really cool thing when I'm not a history nerd, but I really appreciate that sort of deep level of research and nuance and understanding. This is the core of something we are here for you to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank Mol for capturing that clip and Luyou for the 5 gift subs. That is incredibly generous of you. Thank you so, so much. Congratulations to Michelle, who's staff here, who now has a subscription to her own channel. Mol, Sphinx, Megan, and my sock puppet account that I had to log into on my phone when I couldn't remember my password now has a subscription to the channel.
We have those days.
More often than not. It's true. It's true. Thank you, Louis. We really, really appreciate that. You've been here. You're a core member. You know where that money is going and the values that you're helping support. So thank you. We really appreciate you.
Now we can go games.
Now we can talk about things. Okay, cool. Thank you. I'm gonna start with Penny. Penny Blake is just a fucking treasure. That's it. Done. Pitch ended. That's the tweet.
But what if you live under a rock or you haven't no that's a bit mean. What if you haven't had the pleasure and privilege of knowing and meeting Penny?
Then let me introduce you to Penny Blake. Penny Blake, any pronouns, is a queer, disabled, neurodivergent, Romany creative, just a creative and incredible all round person. writer, designer, sensitivity writer, reader and writer, um, one of the members of this disability panel, and just a prolific game maker. Just like apparently reels out solo games and supplements and items like you and I eat hot dinners. I went to his page today to like try and pick a game to showcase, and I could not choose because there is every like genre that you can think of, every there's a Christmas game, there's a Halloween game, there's like a vampire game that was created for a jam called Fanguary. Just and so many things that also are like inspired and representative of their existence as a disabled person. So much like Romany folklore is brought into their games. There are several games that just feature. There was one about lantern, about walking through a wood with lanterns and meeting forest critters. I was absolutely bowled over by the beauty of it all. Like everything has illustrations, everything is so descriptively described, said Darcy the wordsmith. Just very enticing, just very intriguing and captivating. Any kind of game that you could possibly want to play, mostly solo games, like they admit that is something that they really love to focus on. A bunch of duets, a couple of supplements for other things, a micro TTRPG. You will not fail to find something incredible and inspiring there, 100%. Above and beyond all of that, Penny is just one of the nicest people on social media in a room full of shit, in just like a swamp. Penny is just a beacon of hope and friendliness and kindness and patience, but also I want to like kind of cut back to something Kieran said in the chat when I said gay pride is followed by gay wrath. They pointed out that disability pride is also includes disability wrath. The gray in the pride flag represents rage and anger at the unfairness of how disabled people are treated, the people who are lost, the people who are abused, the violence that is done against people. And to me, in the most loving and respectful way possible, Penny really embodies that. Penny has that activism in his soul and rails against the injustice, but not in a way, like not in a useless way, not in just a I'm on the internet and I'm being an activist, quote unquote, with resources, with links, with direction and suggestions and education. And it's just incredible that anybody has the time and the patience to do all of that whilst also putting up with those injustices that are directed at themselves. um Not wanting to veer into like inspiration porn, but like Penny is a wonderful person, and if you don't follow him on social media, you are doing yourself a disservice. Go and listen to what she has to say and do what she has to say. 100%.
We stand Penny here. This is
We
the
stand
Penny.
Penny.
You know, if I knew that I couldn't update the Twitch channel while live, the title while
Mm,
live, I this would just be like we stand Penny stream.
yeah, we can go offline and come back. I'm sure the people will wait for us.
Ah!
I think we have a hyperlink for Penny, a chatbot for Penny, so I'm going to try it. Yep, we do. Um, that's Penny. That's a link to their itch. Go and purchase something from Penny right now if you possibly can. Like everything is incredibly reasonable. Put some money in his pocket. Go and follow him on social media. I have spoken.
Thank you for speaking.
Hmm.
We have one other member of the panel that we want to shout out, and this is Angel Amore, aka the cutest patoot, any pronouns, based in Germany, I believe. I'm mistaken.
Correct.
I thought they had moved to the UK. It might be. I'm going to find out.
When we recorded Mappa Monday, I believe he was still in Germany. I believe he was still in Germany.
Based in Europe,
There we go.
is a POC, non-binary, uh, multi-hyphenate. I love that word that they use. A
Mm,
talent. Uh, Angel makes a ton of games. Similar how to you were saying, you couldn't pick a single game. I have the same issue with Angel's itch.io page, where my finger might really feel the miles scrolling through all these amazing games. One of the
Mm.
games, of course, caught my eye called Euphoria. Of course, Angel has a Euphoria game. Maybe that's why
Amazing.
crossed paths. This was a very small game, according to her, a lighthearted celebration, a way to explore feelings. Uh, my gender, Angel speaks, seems to be hot anime characters that are often mistaken for beautiful women, but identify canonically as cis men. And all sorts of feelings and games meant to
Mm.
explore their multiple nuance identity that is designed to get the player to sort of question why things are, further engage and appreciate them. Um, Angel also does video editing, does voiceover, does podcast work. Uh, the multi hyphenate
Mm.
word does a lot of work here, and
And
so
so
does
does Angel.
Angel. And so does Angel. So Angel, absolutely catch him on the disability panel. You can also catch Angel in a previous Mappa Mundi two shot we
Mm.
did as well.
Mhm.
And I also just want to generally say, so having now both, for example, Penny and Angel on separate streams and even streams together,
Mm.
um, people like those two really helps. And it's not their duty to help us, but nonetheless is a learnable moment for us at EU4 to see how can we accommodate their needs to be comfortable
Mm.
while still maintaining to our standards that we want to show this content to high standards.
Yeah.
We don't have to sacrifice one for the other. We have to be intentional, to be mindful. uh those things are doable. they
Mhm.
don't uh they don't like break schedules or anything. They're entirely achievable.
Mhm.
They're fair and compassionate, and they're things that sort of trickle down and help everyone else as well, whether or not you're disabled.
Yeah, absolutely. It's work that can be done. It wasn't easy. This is not us saying that it was this absolute smooth
Mhm.
sailing to get that panel together, because anybody in that panel will tell you it wasn't. It was a scheduling roller coaster. But Michelle put in so much work. Shout out Michelle again. Like, Michelle is currently trying to write a blog post about the unseen work that goes on behind the scenes here and why people like her should get paid way fucking more than they do. It's not easy, but if it's important enough to you, you can find a way to do it. And if it's not important enough to you, kind of why, I guess? Why are you doing this? These things should be at the core of what you're doing, this inclusion, this diversity. If you stand up for one marginalized person, you have to stand up for them all. Your intersectionality must be on show, otherwise, get the fuck out.
Mhm.
Clip it.
So please support Angel, aka Cutest Petite.
I dropped the link in the chat.
Thank
Do
you.
it. Do it. I'm going to use that to segue. I'm going to have to try tonight really hard to not repeat things that were said in the panel and let the panel speak for themselves. Um, but something that this came up in the panel. I want to shout out Luyou real quick. Luyou, we also have a command for, because Luyou, we were the Luyou channel for a little while there. Luyou was in so many things with us, and it was just a joy all the way through. Luyou was also in the Mappa Mundi one shot along with Angel and played a trans character with vision impairment. And their characters worked together. Angel's character had a familiar who kind of became a surrogate seeing eye dog for Luyu's character. And I will let Luyou talk about it herself in the panel. Please go and watch it. It was just absolutely wonderful to see that collaboration come out of nowhere, just come out of those shared experiences and that understanding. And the collaborative nature of Mappa Mundi. Shout out Three Cell Studios. Um, but yeah, Luyu's a fantastic AP performer. This is part of the reason we didn't have like a share screen, because like Luyu's just there. She's just a community member and a sunshine beam,
Photo.
and photo of Luyu, sparkles all around. Just an incredible performer. Is in games, is in chat all the time in our server. Absolute incredible human being. Please go and follow her. I think Instagram is her main social media. Correct me if I'm wrong, Luyu. Go and follow her there. Will you please set up like a Venmo or a Kofi so we can get you some coin? Go and follow her and just watch everything she does because it's magic, absolute magic.
Cool. Cool. I can talk about someone else going down our little list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to switch gears for a little bit.
Okay.
We happen to have one more drive on the stick shift. I don't drive stick. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not. No. I'd like to introduce someone who responded to our call on social media to see, hey, who are our
Mm.
amazing disabled creatives based in Europe, and we have a new friend based in France. Pronouns he they called
Mm.
Le joyeux scribe, the joyous
Beautiful.
scribe, and they are disabled. They are based in France. They are queer, I believe. And I was looking at their itch.io page, and one of the games that really caught my attention is a very simple game called COVID Every Day.
Oh.
400 million people around the world have long COVID. You are one of them, and you must survive another day. And
Oh,
it's not
hell
meant
yeah.
to be like this zombie apocalyptic game, but it's also meant to sort of put in perspective the challenges that we take for granted, and how we take for granted that our actions uh, harm and or make things more difficult and challenging for other people needlessly.
Mm.
And that's also a really good message that when we talk about TTRPG spaces, um, are we respecting people's choices to mask without ostracizing them? Are we respecting needs for breaks? Are we respecting needs that for people having alarms on their phones during recording, for medication reminders, etc., sort of things? Compassion comes in many forms. There
Mm.
are levels to doing things. At the very least, you need to be cognizant of what those decisions are and where you can minimize those things. And these are insights you get by playing TTRPGs as well.
Mm.
Uh, Le Joyeux Scribe also has other non-COVID games, but my Google Translate only brought me so far because they are games in French, and I think that's pretty damn cool. So
Mm.
hopefully, as we get more people in our community, we're going to have more insight into this, and
Mhm.
maybe if they people like that see an increased audience, maybe they translate some of their games into English, so we can get a chance to peek
Mhm.
behind the curtain while the French-speaking community still gets everything that they deserve and they get to have their space.
Yeah, 100%. Incredible. We shall check them out. Cool. I'm just gonna go back to talking about my friends. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I want to shout out. Who should I go with? I want to shout out Ella Watts. I love Ella Watts so dearly. Ella is a writer, audio drama whiz, absolute queen of the field, TTRPG writer, player, performer, just all around wonderful person. If you have never heard of Ella, the game that you need to look into, and this is the part where Darcy reaches into their magical cupboard. This is Upriver Downriver by Ella Watts, who is based in the UK. She is a queer, disabled woman, and I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying that she incorporates all those elements of her identity into pretty much every game she writes, every piece of art she creates. This is, first of all, look at it. It's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love it so much. It's full of really lovely layout, really lovely illustrations. Darcy loves a solid book to hold on to. We all know this. It is about it's about so many things. It's about riding a boat down a river. You either choose to ride to the sea or make your way to the source, and they're basically very, very different games depending on which you choose. It takes its inspiration on a lot of its mechanics from the tarot, which is nice and like it's unusual. It's a bit different. It's not just rolling dice. You are also rolling dice, but we got to see a bit of major arcana in there. I highly, highly recommend checking this out. It's a bit involved. It's very different mechanics and it takes a bit of learning. But if you had a group together who were interested in telling a longer term story, I think it would suit incredibly well. Um, we did run an AP of this at a studio that I was at previously, and it was absolutely beautiful. It also has its own soundtrack, which is an insta buy from me. I'm that that neurodivergent, like having a sound to go along with something makes me focus on it 10 times harder. Wonderful, wonderful soundtrack by Amber Devereaux of Tin Can Audio. Highly, highly recommend checking that out. And basically anything that Ella does because she's magic. Love her.
That doesn't surprise me at all. Ella is also big audio engineer, podcaster, so of
Mm,
course they're going to go the extra mile
yeah.
for that ambiance. That's
Yeah,
cool. I
and if
love
you
that.
want to check out her podcast, don't get me started on Camlan. I will cry. Go and check out Camlan. It's absolutely beautiful. It's on Spotify. You've got no excuse. Check it out.
Yay.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to talk about Friend of a Friend, because this is a
Mm.
friend of ours told us to please check out this other friend. And when I did, I was like, yeah, I absolutely, absolutely. I am talking about the UK based, apologies for if I'm mispronouncing your last name, UK based Aurelia Ceitinn, pronouns it's, who
I
is
hope it's
a
Satan.
who's a disabled non-binary TTRPG artist, designer, writer, and one of the things that Aurelia does is create art. And when I was looking at art, their props like wheelchairs, like
Mm,
item grabbers, like medical bags, canes,
mm,
but demonic, but heroic, but heavenly, but punk, but steampunk. So all of this equipment, all of this accessibility tools that disabled people use, just
mm.
normalized for whatever fantasy setting you can imagine. Aurelia has drawn a lot of it, and a lot of publishers can then request for that art to be used in their products. And some of this art is freaking
Yeah.
dope. It's freaking dope.
I've
I love it.
I've only seen I've seen they're one of those creators who sorry, it's one of those creators who is always sort of there. Very good friends with Penny Blake, so constantly being
That's really fun.
retweeted and like yeah. The signal boosting is incredible. I most perked my ears up because they have accessibility aids for Blaze in the Dark, and
Mhm,
that's
mhm.
just my jam. It Blaze in the Dark is a ripe setting for exploring disability justice, and I love that they've brought that into that. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's great to see how, I hate using the word, but that's the only way I can think of it. Just it's a normalized, it's a celebration of those things beyond the normalization
Yeah,
of just existing as a disabled person. And
yeah.
and what really kind of touched my heart more than anything, Aurelia mentioned in its bio that I quote, "I started doing art as a form of physical therapy to help learn movement again."
Wow.
So this art was its healing,
Hmm.
and we're all made better for it somehow.
That's incredible. I
So
love
that's
that.
really cool. So please check out UK based Aurelia Ceitinn.
I will drop a card in the chat. Please go and check them out.
Yeah.
We're rattling through now. Who's left? Who's left? Gonna talk about the other one that I own because I love to show off a book. I'm sorry. Um, we're gonna talk about Sasha Sienna. Sasha Sienna is one half, I believe, of MacGuffin and Co.
Ooh.
The other half being Johnny fucking Sims. They have this beautiful game called Pit Crawler. I think I picked this up at Dragon Meet because it was the one thing of MacGuffins that I didn't already own. It's a two-player TTRPG. It's explicitly made for a GM and player. And Sasha has been instrumental in writing all of these beautiful adventure zines that just harken back to really old school OSR game. Like, look at the illustrations. It's so evocative of a certain age of TTRPG, but they have their tongue very, very firmly in their cheek. They're kind of a bit silly, but take that silliness seriously. I have been playing this a little bit with my husband. It is absolutely wonderful, and just the creativity in these adventures, we've been having an absolute blast with them. They're very different, and they come in tiers so that you can like progress if your adventurer survives long enough, because this is quite a lethal game. You're not meant to take the same adventurer all the way through. But yeah, Sasha writes a huge amount of stuff with MacGuffin. I actually own everything that they have made, as I say. Like, I just love them as a company. I love them as people. They're very, very kind and nice, very appreciative of stroopwafels when you take them to them. Um, and yeah, just I'm pretty sure that they were in the Magnus archives at some point, Sasha. I might be wrong on that. But yeah, very prolific writer. Go and check out MacGuffin and Co. And go and follow Sasha on the socials.
Woo! We love that.
Oh, this also has a soundtrack. I think it was just. I was looking at it like, why did I also have another link? I'm pretty sure it's got a soundtrack. I'm
Did they have
pretty
a
sure it's by
was it
Chris Bissett.
was it a vinyl? What game had a vinyl?
No, I'm pretty sure it was like a tape cassette.
That's
Like
what
an
it
actual
was.
fucking. So, children, once upon a time, there was things called tape cassettes, and that's where our music used to come from, rather.
It was a little magnetic strip, and you used to have to put a lead pencil in them
Listen,
to.
personal anecdote, very quick. I took my daughter to the theater yesterday, and it was a squash and a squeeze. The Julia Donaldson book, and the wise old man was being played by this not old man, and he was like a wheeler dealer, like had a suitcase full of easy peasy solutions, had a like a tape cassette playing his own jingle, and the tape cassette got broken, and he was like, "How do I fix this, audience?" And all the parents are like, "How dare you attack me personally in this way? How dare you make me explain this to my 5-year-old child?"
Ah.
Rough. Kieran corrects me, the Pit Crawler soundtrack was also by Amber Devereaux. Apologies.
Well, talented people get around, and they should.
Yeah,
They should be repeatedly hired,
they should.
repeatedly paid, and acknowledged.
Yes.
Speaking of acknowledgement, I couldn't remember whether or not we mentioned this game by Innocent Goblin because it looked familiar, but
I've not heard of this game. I don't know. I don't know what you
or
could
or
possibly
or,
mean.
or did we then
Uh, you and I have talked about it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have.
on the stream? Not this one specifically, but
No, Pirouette. We shouted out Pirouette.
ah, that the art and such like
Yeah.
reminded me.
Mm.
The layout reminded looks so familiar. So I want to talk about Innocent Goblin, based in the UK, who is a what do my notes say? A disabled queer person. Yeah.
Yeah. Possibly just disabled.
Pardon. Uh, we have quite some people, and we are doing our hashtag best. I want to shout
Most of
out.
them are queer.
Most of them
Just
are queer.
saying.
I want to hash out the UK-based disabled creative Innocent Goblin, and particularly one of the other cool games that was brought to my attention on the socials was a game called What Haunts Us, a modern ghost hunting TTRPG, which will be launching soon-ish on Kickstarter, where you get to investigate hauntings, help ghosts move on, and deal with your unfinished business.
Mm.
So basically, to what I understood, is you sort of get to go through the emotional background of what is causing said hauntings. You get to essentially help the ghosts move on. The trope being that ghosts have unfinished business and that keeps
Mm.
them bound to the earth. And if they can find what releases them, uh, you could bring them through cathartic uh journeys as well, and it feels like it's a good thing you're going to do, but you're
Mm.
still kind of dealing with ghosts, unfinished traumas, unfinished stories, sad things,
Mm.
which sort of I hope lead to bitter sweet endings.
Mm. Yeah, it looks like a really interesting system. There is going to be a, I don't know if it's a supplement. Michael's in the chat. Hey, friend. I don't know if it's a supplement. Please correct me. Or a separate book or something with just not adventures, like ghosts for you to investigate. And they're all going to be based on various British and Irish folklore, which is delicious juice. And you will recognize a lot of the names of the guest writers in that book. If you are in the Euphoria Discord, you know a lot of them. Some of them might be on this stream.
What one of the team writers for What Haunts Us also happens to be Penny.
That's true. That is true.
So absolutely check out the amazing work by Innocent Goblin,
Mm.
their catalog of games,
Mm.
but most pertinently upcoming What Haunts Us.
Mm. Oh, who's left on the list? Yet again, I'm going to talk about one of my friends. I love being in this industry. I love how we've reached the point where some of the most talented and creative people that we could possibly talk about are our friends. That's not just us humble bragging. That's just a wonderful place to be that we've managed to gather all these excellent people to us. One of the most excellent and award-winningest. You may know Taya Oval Campbell from Damsels in Distress, multi Webfest nominated official selection, Rainbow Roll Fest award winning, just all around excellent emotional powerhouse. Taya is a disabled POC who mostly plays Dungeons and Dragons. I've been lucky enough to play Kids on Bikes with her. And exclusive tease, you if things continue to go as well as they are currently, I'm having a lot of fun editing it. You will see Taya on this channel next month. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Um, they are just they're a theater maker at heart. I'm not going to say that's her day job, but I believe that's where an enormous amount of her background
Might as well
lies.
be.
It might as well be.
I wish for her that it could be. I wish
Yes.
for her that she could pay all her bills and like private jet planes with that
Oh
as
God,
well.
yeah,
I wish that for her.
100%. I wish all that for her as well. Might need to put on the lottery to supplement that wish,
Mm.
but I'm sure it will happen eventually. But yeah, like just one of the most excellent grasps on character I think we have in the scene, just able to pull out emotions on a dime, but um isn't casual with it, does isn't slapdash with it, like hits you when and where it hurts. Will pull a punch to save it for later and then really, really get you. I'm going to mute myself 1 second. Pardon me. Can't shake this cold. Um, yeah, so she is with Damsels in Distress. You will know them from Demons and Daughters, which is their ongoing campaign, but they're on mid-season break. And right now they have aired the first episode of I can only think of the name of the band, which I'm not going to say because of Twitch TOS. I apologize that the name of the series has completely left my brain. But it is a D&D campaign mini-series, and they're in a punk band, and they're just there in their fishnets and their makeup and their mohawks, and they look like they're having an amazing time. So go ahead and check that out. Support Taya and all her friends. Damsels in Distress.
Cool. I think I got the honor of being in Taya and the whole cast's presence last year at Dragon Meet,
Mm,
and I had a blood rushing to my cheeks expression, like, oh, there is aura here. Wow.
yeah. They're like the biggest celebrities that we have at the minute. I think it's like, oh, it's you.
Because
They are
because
wonderful.
the, do they sleep in their costumes? They're like they woke up like that.
Yeah,
They
literally. They're
woke
just,
up
oh,
like that.
we're here at UKG for a single day. We just had to run through full corset, full like tails and waistcoat, just commitment to the bit. Sam, thank you very much. Sam supplies me with the information. The miniseries is called Panic at the Punk Band. It's not called that, it's just called Panic. Go and check it out.
Yay. Yay. All right. I
We got a
have
couple left.
a couple left. I have another one that was a late addition.
Oh yeah.
Not to the list, to the list, not to our sphere of awareness. Thank goodness.
Mm,
Um, a disabled queer woman, also non-binary, identifying creative.
neurodivergent. ND, not MB.
Aida should read. Based in France, a disabled queer woman, neurodivergent creative from France named Wendy, who does make quite a few games. I'm looking at their itch.io. A separate branch about itch.io these days. We are recording at the end of July. Yeah. Mhm.
That
Mhm.
no, that's a fair point. I'll come back to that.
Oh, that's a
We'll
whole
talk about
other.
it.
That's
We'll
a
talk
whole
about it.
other thing. Um, Makes these. I saw several cool games, all in English language. So this is
Oh,
another person that is also working beyond the community that they are based in, and I think that's really cool to see. I absolutely respect when communities need to like keep to them, tend to the garden in their behind their own house. You know, it's important. But when they branch out, we're all the better for it. One of the
mhm.
games that was really that I really found interesting was a zombie RPG game called We Are the Shambling Ones, where we, Darcy, you, and Ida are we're the zombies.
Ooh, get to play the zombie?
Where are we a we? Are we individuals? Are we a horde? What
Ooh,
moves us? What propels us?
interesting. That's
Uh,
different. I like that.
do when do we get to eat? Can we eat? Do we get to enjoy eating?
Ooh.
What moves us? What propels us?
Mm.
How is the world, the environment, the literal weather making our
Mhm.
existence difficult? Do we get a chance to sit down and rest? No, we gotta shamble on.
That's really interesting. I love that. What was the
Yeah,
name of that one?
We Are the Shambling Ones
Ooh.
by Curatrix Ribston.
All right, I'm dropping that in that thing.
And one of the describers that is given in the on the itch.io page is this is a small roulette game about community, weird zombie powers, and disability, managing resources, eating corpses, and keeping the overall curse under control.
Wow. Cool,
And
cool,
I'm like
cool.
that is a really that's not a take I see very perspective I see very common,
Mm,
and that's really cool.
that is cool. I'm gonna check that one out. I love a zombie game. Lol, check out Euphoria in August. But that, like you say, that's a really unique. Don't laugh. I don't know what you're talking about. A really unique perspective on that. Having to consider a bunch of things that like people don't think about zombies. There's a lot that we take for granted. They're just there. They're the bad guys. That's really interesting to delve into that. Am I enjoying these brains? Are these tasty brains, or could have got fresher from the market? I love that.
I mean, think about the identity of zombies. They're piles of flesh stripped of personality,
Mm,
gender,
mm,
identification. They're all these things that are reviled and celebrated all at once.
mm.
But does it matter whether they have those labels and titles anymore? Should we aspire to be like zombies where everything and nothing simultaneously matters, but we just exist as a collective on a single goal?
This got deep. This got real deep.
I'm
Somebody
100%
pitch this
sober.
game for us, please. More's the pity, my friend. More's the pity. Yeah, pitch that one to us. Somebody go check that one out. We really want to see some of these games when our application form for GMs opens up in September, on
In
September 1st.
September. In September, on September 1st.
Yeah, on September, all through September, on September 1st, opens September 1st, closes September 30th. That is it. That's all she wrote. There will be no more.
Yeah.
Um, your homework as well is to watch the disability panel and somebody pitch me the game that Angel talks about. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to let him tell you about it. Pitch me that game, please. Thank you. Um, Great, awesome. Okay, I think this will be the last one for me.
Yeah.
You'll get to talk about the last one. I'm going to talk about this one down here. This again is somebody who, not that one, that one. I was unaware of until they joined our Discord server, and in our little creative corner channel, people will often share what they are working on. And you know, you get those moments where you're like, a mod hat goes on. It's like, hey, whoa, you can't repost other people's stuff, my dude. And then you look at it and no, they're just this talented. This is our friend Obsolete Goat, Alex. Um, and I'm not entirely familiar with all of the work they do, but I can tell you that they post the most gorgeous, detailed, again, that kind of OSR style illustrations. Currently, we're going through Demon Lords, I believe. That's what we're mostly getting. And they're just absolutely stunning. Alex is a really, really talented illustrator. And I really, really strongly suggest that you go, like, literally right now. I'm going to go and check some of them out. Did I drop the link? Yes, I dropped the link in the chat. So please go and check it out. Or not, because it's not working for me right now. But whenever it comes up, go check it out. Come and join our Discord and see what they're dropping, because we're getting some sneak peeks, I believe. And the work that they do is just wonderful. He is based in the UK, queer disabled creator. The Field Guide to the Abyss is what they are currently working on. I believe it is expanded D&D lore about the demon lords, reimagining, fleshing out just doing some really stellar work. It's wonderful to see. I'm not sure when that's going to be coming out, but again, I bet we'll hear about it in Creative Corner. So come and join us and find out more about it. Just like the most detailed line work, just so precise and gorgeous. Absolutely wonderful. And there, look, who is this? Who is this demon? The fictional author of this book, Wall, is a disabled demon. And there they are on the most beautiful, like Regency looking wheelchair. Just absolutely stunning. That is an incredible. I wish I could drop this image. In fact, quick, let's do a quick screen share. Look at this. I just doing it. Just doing it.
Where's your thing? Where's your thing?
There, it's there.
Okay, okay, okay.
Look at that.
Okay, I'm going to do your thing. And then where is your screen? There is your screen. Ba ba ba.
Wow. Look at that. Don't look at all my tabs, but look at that. Oh, you can't see them. Good.
I got you.
Thanks, fam. Just absolutely stunning. I love that.
I love a good lore dump book.
Mm-hmm.
I am one of those GMs, DMs where there are GMs and GMs who love that world building. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I've created a fantasy world and I've created I've created an influential family, and here's their crest, and here they go back 16
Mm-hmm.
generations. Here is the language I created for them, and here's the religion. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, no, that's not the kind of GM I am. So when
Yeah.
someone fleshes out these nuanced, intertwined, like they don't exist as in a vacuum,
Yeah.
that have repercussions, that have different interpretations to them, uh, lore settings
Yeah.
that reads to me like a fantasy history book. Gimme,
Yeah.
gimme.
Mm-hmm.
I need it. I want it. There it is.
There it is, and it
There it
looks
is.
absolutely stunning.
There it is.
I
There
love
it
that. I
is.
love that that exists. That brings me such joy.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna talk about just one more friend.
Oh, my friend.
Uh, one more friend. We didn't get to every single person that we originally scored out on the list. One, because we recognize we have a time constraint on this stream as well. We want to respect people's time and our own capacities
Mm.
as well. Other names, we couldn't verify the kind of work they did as well either, and we didn't kind of want to present wishy-washy things either. We wanted to know that these were verified, trusted things that we're comfortable bringing to you. Not that not everyone couldn't meet that, but we also have time constraints too.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we also have to recognize that we are very grateful that these talented people have found their way into our circles and
Mm.
have deemed me worthy of their light and shine. And of course, I talk about no other than the UK based disabled POC queer woman of Michelle Kelly.
Who?
Michelle Kelly.
I think I've heard of her.
Michelle Kelly. I didn't want to like hurt anyone's ear, so I tried to say it over there. I hope that was
It was
okay.
good.
Sorry, friends.
We love Michelle. My God, we love Michelle.
Michelle has written some small games that sort of explore this beautiful emotions of romance, of human connection, where so much is said and felt in the limitations of few words, depending on the jam that she submitted to as well.
Mm.
She is a prolific, trained actor, voice actor who elevates every single TTRPG production that
Mm-hmm.
in. She is also someone that recognizes, appreciates, and has the capacity and time and generosity to step in and do the work of uplifting
Mm-hmm.
those who are underrepresented. I don't always like saying marginalized community, but underrepresented communities to
Mm.
ensure that they get the spotlight they deserve. And it takes labor, it takes effort, largely unpaid,
Mm-hmm.
to do those things. Michelle is the other kindred soul that steps in and just does to her
Mm-hmm.
capacity, um, as well as advocates for herself, what her needs are, what her things are, advocates for us, Ida and Darcy, considers our needs, uh, brings us new perspectives and nuances. And I don't think this channel can be what it is without Michelle's contributions.
100% agree. Don't know where we would be without her. We love that woman, and you should too. Go and support her. Go and buy her games. I highly recommend March Showers, April Winds. No, March Winds, April Showers, as just a beautiful little. Just I say little as if it's a small thing, and it's not a small thing. It's one of those games that feels like a small thing, but within it is contained multitudes, like the potential for exploration of human relationships. It's about saying goodbye, which is just and it's she's done it in the zine style. You can print it and you can fold it out. Such care, such attention to detail, and so much emotion and thought goes into every single thing she does. And that game to me was like I could look at that and say, yeah, that's Michelle. That is her to a T.
It's like
Highly recommend it.
concentrated, it's crystallized.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't, words fail me. Michelle's also very good at words. Michelle's
Yes,
very
when
good
we're
at words.
struggling, Ida and I will be discussing something, and Ida and I have a relationship where sometimes Michelle's like, "Moms are fighting. What do I do?" But we know we have that relationship, right? We can sort of disagree and discuss a topic, and then Michelle goes, "Okay, so what you mean is this," and cut through our argument and just distill it down, and we go, "Yeah, okay,
She's
yeah,
our
that."
emotional translator.
Yes, emotional support, Michelle. Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. Darcy and I have the times where we share the brain cell, but sometimes when the brain cell is teleporting too fast, it
Hmm.
trips and it's bruised, and then the brain cell doesn't feel well, and the brain cell might like be in a mood or get lashy,
Hmm.
or sometimes it might be in pain,
Hmm.
and
Michelle picks it up, dusts it down,
gives it little hugs and little
hmm
nuzzles.
feeds it soup.
Thank you, Michelle, for
I
everything you
love
do.
you, friend.
I love you, friend. Yeah. So get yourselves Michelle's.
Yep.
Uh, get into your lives the Pennies, the
Hmm.
Angels, the
Yep.
Tayas, the Ellas, the joyful scribes, the Sashas, the Aurelias, the innocent goblins, the goats.
Get the goats,
Get the
the
goats.
Wendy's, the Luyous. Go out and find these people. They're out there. They're not hiding. You can
Yeah.
see from the work that most of these people are doing that they're passionate about talking about their lived experience and getting other people to understand it and respect it on a base fucking level. Go out and find them, go and support them, listen to what they have to say, and then go to your other able bodied friend and say, have you heard this? Listen to this. Every month of the year, not just Disability Pride Month, you should be doing this all the time.
Right.
Such as your capacity and spoons allows you, of course.
We're all the better for it.
Yeah.
It's not their responsibility to educate us, to teach us, to
Mm-mm.
correct us. It's not the job of any marginalized or underrepresented group to do that for their respective lived experiences. Uh, I recognize it's sometimes a heckin' weight, burden,
Mhm.
emotional kind of slog when it's like, well, the reality is this, and this, and this. I'm not saying that's not what our friends for during Disability Pride Month are doing. That's not what I'm categorizing it at. But there's also a grace, and I project gratitude when they bring up those sort of nuances and actionable things that not just make their lives better, but everyone's lives better.
Yeah,
It's a thankless labor. It's an unpaid, unappreciated labor.
it is. But to have them as part of a community such as ours where it's just a love fest sometimes, you guys. Like, was it the day before yesterday? People were just like, and here is what I love about this person. Let me reduce them to tears. There is a mutual care that exists where people will lift each other up, will platform their work. When you get such a, I hesitate to use the cliche melting pot, but when you get representation from all these different marginalizations, you've got it's like a magical girl moment. We've got an entire being. We've got like one person representing something of everything. We've got all angles covered. There's nothing that you can't learn. And when you have people who are willing to do that work, that education, as Ida says, and call you in when you need it, not call you out, not lambast you on social media, but
Mm-hmm.
say, hey, by the way, you may not know that this is problematic, or that this word is the amount of words that are rooted in ableism. My God, part of our session 0 is here is a list of words that you may not know. Please make yourself aware of them. Don't worry about it. We're not going to kick you out of the server for saying one of them. Just bear it in mind. And having those resources and that ability to share, it's one of my favorite things about what we do, I think, about that community.
You know what? In the vein of we are using our platform,
Mm.
um, this should be its own separate stream, to be honest. But
Let's go for another hour. Let's go.
very, very basic, right here, without going into detail about it. What are things that make not just AP tables, but
Mm.
TTRPG tables more accessible for everyone, but particularly keeping our disabled friends in mind?
Yeah.
Uh, One is recognize and cut out ableist language. What's another
Mm-hmm.
quick one you got, friend Darcy?
Oh God. Flexibility in scheduling. Respecting people's time, but also having backup dates. We schedule a backup date for everything, and sometimes you then have to schedule
Schedule.
3 more backup dates. But having that flexibility in mind and curating a space where people feel comfortable saying, "Hey, I can't do this today. I don't have the spoons. My mindset isn't right. My body is betraying me. Can we reschedule?" And you're able to just go, "Yep, not a problem."
Yeah. Uh, Another quick one I have is uh, systemizing, normalizing, taking breaks, the
Mm,
opt-in program, the technology that we have access to today.
mm,
Darcy and I are using an open source free program where if one person needs to turn off their camera, it doesn't affect the overlay.
mm-hmm,
In the prehistoric times, someone had to leave their camera. Someone had to go and lie down. Uh, Bodily needs needed to be met.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that happens, but you sort of had to producer grits and then quickly play like the
Rejig the
Tetris again.
Zoom. Yep, yep.
Yeah, it was not fun, but
No.
it was a thing we took on and we learned.
Mm-hmm.
Technology is that we don't need to stress out about that. So we should facilitate and encourage. You need to get something done. You need to go lie down. You need a bathroom break. Is an alien about to burst out of your stomach? Happened to me last week. Facilitate that, normalize that, say the game will go on, nothing is more important than your health.
Yep.
Normalize people taking care of their bodies and facilitate that to a technology level. You got
Yeah.
another one, friend? I went on too long for that one.
No, you're totally fine. From a like something that we do all the time, something that we try and do to
Mm-hmm.
our the highest capacity that we can, not just for players at our tables, but for people watching our streams as captions. You'll see that we've got captions on right now. These aren't the best. They're doing okay. They're doing really okay, actually. But when we pre-record stuff, we have like incredibly accurate, really intensely checked. Sometimes it takes a lot of work, but again, it's possible. Make those accessible. A lovely person in chat the other week when I was streaming Heartbeat said, "Thank you for making these legible." A lot of people think, "Oh, I have to include captions," and just stick fucking video captions on there, and they're too small. They're in the corner. They're not like the font is inaccessible. It's not high contrast. They need to be visible. Go back and watch your stream on mute and see if you can still follow what is going on, because if not, you still got more work to do. Captions.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Visual descriptions
Yes.
when you are starting a game. Um, some people might have visibility, accessibility issues, or rather, might not be able to enjoy our content visually.
Hmm.
And a great simple way is to describe yourself audibly, keeping it brief. I try to model that behavior when we're facilitating session zeros. And I have to also say, like, hey, I say this a lot, so when I say it really fast and smooth, it's because it's practiced.
Hmm.
It's a reflex for me, and I'm
Hmm.
fortunate that I have had the practice. The more you do it, the smoother it will become for you.
Hmm.
So if you're the type of content that introduces yourself, include a visual description. um, mask presenting, dark skinned, blonde hair, glasses? What sort of shirt are you wearing? Are you creating a picture for someone who maybe you want to make this into a podcast later? You already have a
Mm-hmm.
description that works in your favor as an extra carrot. So,
Yeah.
visual description of yourself if your content includes those sort of introductions.
Yeah.
That's the main
I
ones, I
think
feel,
they're
right?
the main ones, other than like the really I say obvious to some people. It's not a session zero, just a really thorough session zero. People can say hi, like beyond all the safety stuff. I remember at some point reaching out to people to cast them in something and then being like, will I be able to talk to people before we start playing? From especially from like a neurodivergent point of view, that people can need a bit of time to adjust and find out the vibe in the room and get comfortable, and crucially have an opportunity to say, this vibe isn't actually for me, I'm going to step back. To be able to have that vibe check, chat with people, chat about the game, chat about your lines and veils, all that really crucial, important safety stuff as well. But then be able to say, this isn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. I actually don't vibe very well with this person, because it happens sometimes. There may not be anything wrong with that person, but your play styles might not gel. You need to be able to say to that person, cool, this one isn't for you. We'll see you for the next one. No hard feelings.
Yep, yep. And the last one I have is on the periphery of, we're talking about it from an actual play point of view or at a table point
Mm,
of view, but for overall content creation,
mm.
make sure that your fonts are accessible.
God, yes.
Um, I, I I dig the cool, super serif heavy choice you have there, but I can't read it.
Mm-hmm.
All your images, all your GIFs and
Mm-hmm.
videos need to
Alt
have alt
text,
text.
baby.
Have alt text.
Put the setting on Blue Sky. Don't let yourself post unless you've got alt text.
Put alt text in it. Um, avoid flashing
Yeah.
high speed animation videos and GIFs,
Yep.
right? That might actually cause harm to someone if they suddenly see your anime meme of laser eyes like vibrating at a high pace. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I'll text. I'll
Alt text.
text. I'll text.
Just think and listen. Those are the two main things: communication, listening to what people have to say, and not immediately throwing up the wall. Oh, that's too difficult. I'm not going to do that. How dare they make this request of me? You're there to facilitate. Facilitate.
And if you couldn't get over it, sounds like a skill issue.
Skill issue. Get
That
good.
sounds skill issue. Get
Clip it.
good. I
All right.
think that's about the time we have.
I think so. Yeah, we gone a little over, but it's all good. I'm happy that we gave the time that I think all these people deserve. I really, really hope that people get the message. I really hope you'll go and follow these people if you're not already, if you'll go and try and support them as much as you can and continue to do so. And if you're not in our Discord, come and join us and have good chats and learn things, because it's nice.
It's very nice.
I'm
It's good
fond of
feeling.
it. They're okay.
Yeah, yeah. I'm really happy that our space is really it's hopping, as the young people say nowadays.
Poppin',
It's
poppin', yeah.
hopping. It is a very international crowd. It's
Mm,
primarily active at European time zones because we are a primarily European-based community, and it's really refreshing to have that representation and the perspective, and have the multiple spectrum of representation
yep,
in this chat, and everyone just finding joy about it.
yeah. We're doing it, Ida. It's what we set out to do.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Definitely, please come and join us for the disability panel that is
Yes, put it in your
hosted by
calendar.
Kieran. That will be this week if you're
Yes,
watching this live now. That
gotcha.
is going to go live on July 30th, 7 p.m. BST, 8 p.m. CEST. Otherwise, of course, available on YouTube after it airs.
Mhm.
And then continue to look forward to some other cool content coming up in August. It's almost August, Darcy. I hope you're okay
I
schedule.
Yeah, we're giving us we worked hard in July, and we're gonna have a busy September. September's coming, y'all. So August
September.
might be a bit quieter as we give ourselves a bit of time. As I say, if I can get this edit done, we will have a 4-part series coming in August. I should be good. Um, I think that's it. I think that's the only thing we have on the docket for August. August.
Yeah, that'll be cool. And then thank you for supporting us. More cool
Yes.
things coming in the fall.
Yeah.
There's almost be over.
It's not. What are you talking about? There's 5 weeks left of my kids' summer holidays, so
Oh, that's forever.
it's
Never mind.
not over yet. Yep.
Never
1
mind.
down, 5 to go. Pray for me.
Yeah.
All right, friend. Do you want to say goodnight?
Good night, everyone.
Say good night, Ida.
Good night. Thanks for stopping by. You can follow me on the Blue Skies, where I go into sometimes being really active and sometimes not being really active. I think I'm transitioning between one point to the other. If you're in Frankfurt, August 16th, you can
Ooh.
come and see me dance on the streets of the
Ooh.
city in a Bolivian folkloric costume.
Mhm.
If you're in The Hague on September 6th, you will also see me dance through a
Yeah.
street in Bolivian folkloric dance costume. And you might see me in some other upcoming streams, I think in September. Yeah. Yeah, September.
Yeah.
Some one shots. Yeah.
End of
Yeah.
end of September.
Wow.
No,
And
start of September. Oh, we have one other thing in August. Have we announced that yet?
no.
No. Patreons know about it. Go and sign up to our Patreon because they know about it. Yeah, there'll be a 4-part thing and a one-shot thing, and then another one-shot thing in September, and then we'll worry about the rest of it after that.
We're being so cryptic. Please, if you have the means, consider joining us on Patreon.
Mm.
We give a lot of cool information ahead of time, so you're kind of in the know when we get to get a little bit of FOMO. We get to kind of weaponize the FOMO a bit. You get cool insights into the productions that were previously out, such as seeing character sheets, people's individual art, Spotify playlists, their Pinterest board, their motivations and backstories. Because if you like that sort of juicy backstory like I do, that's a really great source as well. And it helps sort of literally keep the lights on here at the Euphoria. So yeah, that was me.
What was you?
All of that
Oh, that was
was
you?
me. Yeah,
All your outro. Okay,
my
excellent.
whole outro.
I've been JC Darcy. Sometimes I'm on Blue Sky, sometimes I'm not. That's it. You will see me on a thing in August, and you will also see me in Mectember because it's Mectember, dudes. Of course I'm going to be there. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Please do go and support all of these people in any way that you can, and please keep that energy going all through the year, not just Disability Pride Month. And we'll see you for the next one.
We'll see you for the next one. Have a great rest of your evening. Bye, bye, bye.